here in New York City tonight. The former Marine charged with manslaughter after that chokehold on a New York City subway. Surrendering to police today, 24-year-old Daniel Petty led away in handcuffs, now charged with manslaughter after that disturbing video. Petty using a chokehold on Jordan Neely. Neely was later pronounced dead at the hospital. What the former Marine's lawyers are now saying tonight. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos now.
Tonight, 12 days after he was seen with his arms around Jordan Neely's neck in a deadly chokehold on a New York City subway, Daniel Petty is possibly facing up to 15 years behind bars. The 24-year-old Marine Corps veteran in handcuffs after turning himself in just after 8 a.m. this morning.
He did so voluntarily and with the sort of dignity and integrity that is characteristic of his history of service to this grateful nation.
Prosecutors say they reviewed the disturbing video showing Petty choking Neely for at least 3 minutes on a subway train on May 1st and say at the point that the defendant releases his arm from Mr. Neely's neck, Mr. Neely appears to be unconscious. Petty was initially questioned and released without charges, setting off days of protests in the city, calling for his arrest. The incident highlighting issues of balancing caring for the vulnerable with concerns about public safety. Neely was known for impersonating Michael Jackson on the subway. He also suffered from mental illness and homelessness and was known to outreach workers as someone in dire need of help. And while police say Neely acted aggressively toward riders on the subway that day, sources tell ABC News that Petty was not specifically threatened by Neely. Attorneys for Neely's family criticizing the decision to charge Petty with manslaughter and not murder.
The consequences of manslaughter, too, is 5 to 15 years. Ask yourself, is that enough? Is that enough for someone who choked somebody out on the train and took their life? 5 to 15 years.
Daniel Petty did not enter a plea to that one count of second-degree manslaughter, but he is free tonight on a $100,000 bond. His lawyers say today's arraignment is the first step in a long process to get to the truth. At the end of that process, they say they fully expect Petty to be exonerated of all charges. The next hearing date is set for July 17th. David.
All right, Stephanie Ramos tonight. Stephanie, thank you.